Hey guys, once again here bringing you Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so we know thanks to the data download that the yellow coin LR Tien banner is going to be releasing tomorrow 6 AM UK time. So this is like what, 1 AM if you're in Eastern, and then 10 PM on the Monday night still, I suppose, Pacific. This is kind of when we would have expected the banner to come out, dropping at usual banner time. It is a typical yellow coin LR banner, so it should have 10 featured units, and it will feature the pity system. So of course that is every 3 multis you get a guaranteed featured for the first 7 rotations. So it's like 21 multis in total. And then obviously you can build up the pity coins, which you can trade in bonus SSRs that you pull of units you have rainbowed in order to get more of the coins. And of course, everybody should have, if you did all of your Dokkan Day missions yesterday, everybody should have 21 of the free tickets, so that you will be able to do 3 7-unit multis on the banner for free. So today, as always, with every banner that comes out, as you can see from the title or the thumbnail, the question is summon or skip when it comes to the yellow coin LR Tien. Now, obviously, this one is probably an easy one to answer, as some of the ones recently, I guess, have been, because of the situation that we find ourselves in with the year schedule, right? This is one of the things I talk about a lot in the summon or skip videos, is that not every aspect of summon or skip for a unit is just entirely based around the unit themselves. Like this TN could be the new #1 best unit in the game, like better than Tech Vegito, and it doesn't necessarily mean that they're an auto summon because of the other factors that we are going to talk about, right? Like the banner itself, the schedule, all this other stuff, right? So LR Tien definitely seems like he is very good. Also, I should point out as well, actually, I need to get this in the video super early, because last time people comment like, oh, what do you mean summon or skip? I'm going to use the free tickets. Obviously, this is, should you summon or skip other than the free tickets? Like, of course, everyone's going to use the free tickets. The point of the video is not saying, should you summon with your free tickets? Because, yes, obviously you should, right? This is for everyone who does their 3/7 ticket summons, doesn't get TN, and then should you still actually summon for him with stones, or if you're a spender, there is going to be a ticket pack, of course. Yeah, that's the point of the summon or skip question, right? And I do think it's funny as well when people take these videos as like me trying to tell them what to do, which is also hilarious, right? I'm just trying to give you guys advice. When it comes to the summon or skip videos, it's for people who are free to play or who are low spending on the game. This is to give you sort of my opinion on how you can maximize the most value from your stones, which are precious because you can only get the limited free ones, right? Because you're not buying them whenever you need to summon for a new character that you really like. So bear that in mind, right? Because obviously if you're a whale or you love OG Dragon Ball Saga, you love TN, you're probably going to summon for this guy at least until you get 1 copy, you know, regardless of what advice I give, which is fair enough. Like, people can summon for what they want. You just got to remember all the factors that we talk about in this video, especially what's going to be coming up like after this, right? So going back to what I was saying, TN does seem like he is very, very good. I know private server showcases are up for him now. I haven't watched them, but the feedback is that he is incredibly good. Super tanky in slot 1. Can do some decent damage as well. Having the automatic super counter versus Kamehameha enemies is something that's going to be really useful in like future content as well, because at the moment we don't have a lot of Kamehameha boss enemies in the game, but all it takes is for, you know, let's say the global Dokkan campaign is somehow Daima related, and then we get Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and then we get a blue zone and we end up getting some like really cool, like super difficult Super Saiyan 4 Goku boss that does the Kamehameha, then this guy automatically nullifies his super attack. So that part of his passive can potentially age quite well, and is something that I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how that pans out. But yeah, Tien himself seems very, very good. Hopefully we will see some good use for him. His leader skill is Final Trump Card or Earthlings, which could certainly be an interesting team build. He does have the Tri-Beam active skill as well, which just does massive damage and then gives him the guaranteed 24 key. If you have a Turtle Score or Kamehameha enemy, you can activate it straight away. So for any of the shorter, more difficult events where that is the case, That's obviously very, very good as well. And then he's on a bunch of categories that we would expect for a TN. He is on tournament participants and world tournament, which is good. Bond of Friendship, final trump card. Like he's on Bond of Master and Disciple as well, which is cool. But yeah, definitely TN feels like he is a worthwhile unit to have. Although I wouldn't say he is a must-have, especially with the teams that he's on. So in terms of the unit himself, like I'm definitely not saying don't summon for this guy because the unit is not good. However, I do think that you should probably not summon for this guy, right? And there are two main reasons. Number one, as I've already mentioned it by name, but of course the Global Dokkan campaign is going to be starting in like 2 weeks. And the Global Dokkan campaign is basically global anniversary. So it's been marketed as an anniversary level celebration. They haven't even said like, you know, that we should expect less than a normal anniversary, because they've now said there will be 2 anniversary level celebrations in the year. So whilst I don't think this will be necessarily on the same level of insanity that the 10th anniversary was, you got to remember this is an anniversary essentially. It's almost like, you know, imagine the sync didn't happen and everyone's on global, not just the global players, but imagine, yeah, the sync didn't happen and here we are about to have the actual anniversary in 2 weeks. Probably not the best time to be summoning on a yellow coin LR banner, right? And TN is good and he is on some good teams, but like if you run like, you know, if your favorite category is final trump card but you're rocking like a full fusion and like Super Saiyan Blue like kind of team, like this TN isn't going to be super great for your setup. So even though he is very good, I think at this time in the climate and with the schedule that we have coming up, I don't think summoning for him is necessarily the best idea for most people. Like I said, there are, you know, even if you are a spender and you spend like a mid-level amount, then obviously we do know from the data download that there is a ticket pack. This is the one that works out normally more expensive though. This is the one that's usually anywhere between like $30 and $40 because you get a 30 unit multi. So it's like 3 full multis, the equivalent of 150 stones. And you usually get a guaranteed featured at the end. So I mean, that still works out cheaper than buying 150 stones. Obviously on a yellow coin banner, you do get a guaranteed featured every 3 multis, but if you're someone who does spend money on the game, this definitely is worthwhile picking up. As I say, tickets always have better value than just stones. Like I say, you can't get 150 stones for whatever it is the ticket will end up costing, right? So the value is there. You usually get a bunch of other stuff with it as well, including items and things like that. And they did start adding, which was really good because it kind of made tickets almost feel like they were losing a little bit of value, but they did add the fact that the ticket summons do also give you some of the pity coins as well. So that works out really, really well. So if you are someone who spends, the ticket summons are, yeah, the ticket pack that you can buy is definitely worthwhile. Obviously, it goes without saying, right? But make sure you use your free tickets first. If you don't want to buy this and then do the free tickets and then pull TN, and then even worse, use this and don't get it. I mean, if you use this and get a dupe, that'd be great. But imagine buying these straight away without thinking, pulling TN off the free tickets and then just getting absolute garbage off of this. Like, that would be very, very disappointing. But yeah, it is a pity banner. We do have the pity coins. Now, the thing as well is I brought up the PyCon banner, because remember, this is the last yellow coin banner that we had, because Kale and Caulifla were a carnival banner. So this is the same format, legendary summon with pity coins. And this is the banner that we got. So not only is it 10 featured SSRs, so even if you are going to pull a featured unit, you have a 1 in 10 chance of getting the actual one that you want. And then there's normally 2 other LRs featured. This one had the Tech, Gohan and Piccolo, and the Physical Frieza and 17. Now, when it comes to this banner, there's not a lot of, like, top-tier Earthlings characters, so I wonder if maybe we'll see, like, some final trump card units in here. In fact, let me get up. Let's have a look at the... we'll bring up Vidal's thing here so we can get to Earthlings. Because, like, I'm not even sure, like, what LRs do we actually have that could even be on the banner? I guess Bulma, because all the rest are like free to play or World Tournament or Prime Battle. Like, so I guess Bulma has a pretty high chance of being featured on the banner, which would be kind of cool. I mean, she is a bit outdated now, so I suppose it's not like the craziest thing in the world for her to be on the banner. But yeah, where are we? PyCon banner. So Yeah, Bulma has a pretty high chance, I think, and then maybe some other final trump card LR. But then you look at all of the unfeatured SSRs, right? And it's like a bunch of these random tournament participant characters. I'm actually not even sure why Videl was on there. But these are all like random just banner units. So that's the other thing. Do you want to drop 150 stones or buy the ticket pack to get guaranteed featured on your 30 unit summon, and then it ends up being like, if it was this banner, Int Piccolo, like the equivalent of whichever unit is the Int Piccolo on the Tien banner, some random horrible old SSR that you just do not want. So that's the thing, like even if Tien, this is what I was saying before, even if Tien was the best unit in the game, his banner's not going to be very good, and it releases 2 weeks before the global Dokkan campaign. And being an anniversary level celebration, as it is advertised, we would probably expect that the new units that drop during this celebration, even if none of them dethrone Tech Vegito as being the new best unit in the game, like one of those new units is probably going to be in the top 3 at least, right? And the anniversary units potentially will be returning. Now that these 2 anniversary level events are 6 months apart, I think it's very likely that Tech Vegito and AGL Gogeta are going to be on the banners during the Global Dokkan campaign. Obviously, that's not 100%, so don't make any of your decisions based specifically on that. But now that the celebrations are 6 months apart, it makes perfect sense for that's when they would return next. So that's the thing. Like any summons that you use on this TN banner are essentially summons that you could be using on the Global Dokkan campaign banners. Because even though this TN definitely seems very good, I hadn't actually seen his like animated LRR as well. It's pretty cool. But yeah, TN's very, very good. But at the end of the day, the bottom line is don't summon for this guy. Unless you are a whale and you love OG Dragon Ball, and so you can just drop some stones on whatever banners you want, and you know that when the Global Dokkan campaign comes, you're just going to restock and have the stones you need. Even as an OG Dragon Ball fan, like if out there, I would not say summon on this banner, right? Just ideally you want to have all the stones that you can have ready for the Global Dokkan campaign. And the thing as well to mention, actually, which I think I said in yesterday, it was either in a video yesterday or on a stream, TN will be in the carnival banners for the anniversary, right? Because whether they do the same thing they've been doing now, where it's 1 Dokkan Fest, 1 Carnival in part 1, and then 1 Dokkan Fest and 1 Carnival in part 2. I think they will. I don't see why they would switch it back to 2 Dokkan Fests and then 2 Carnivals. But Tien will be on the Carnival banners. Now, yes, he'll be unfeatured, so the chance of pulling him will be quite low, but he will be on those banners. So potentially, if one of the Carnival LRs for the Global Dokkan campaign is a unit that you really, really want, and you're going to throw like a few hundred stones at that banner at least, you might end up pulling Tien there anyway. So spending a bunch of stones here now to get him would then ultimately end up being kind of a waste. Now, obviously, there's no way to know that, and he is, you know, less likely to be pulled on those Carnival anniversary banners, but that is something to bear in mind. So if you do want this guy, but you're not super, like, crazy about getting him straight away, remember that that is a thing, right? We are going to get a celebration coming up with a banner that's probably going to be super worth summoning on, that this TM will be unfeatured on. So you might end up getting him there, right? So yeah, that's pretty much sums it up. I'm sure absolutely no one out there is surprised at all that the advice is to skip, but I just don't see any great reason to summon for him. He is really good, but with the teams that he's on and everything, like, I don't know, I just don't think it's worth you spending your stones now when this Global Dokkan campaign is right around the corner. Who knows what the theme actually is going to end up being, but obviously the event is going to be, it's going to be a pretty big celebration. I mean, it's anniversary level. They don't throw that term around like all the time, right? So I'm expecting something pretty awesome from the Global Dokkan campaign, and you want to make sure that you have stones for that. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Like, to be clear as well, I don't wail out as much on the game anymore. I am literally just going to use the free tickets and then dip, like I did with Tao. And if I don't pull Tien on those free tickets, which I haven't had any luck on the free tickets so far, then I'll just do videos for him using the private server, because I want to save all of my stones for the Global Dokkan campaign. Because like I said, this unit is really good, but he's not a must-have unit for your account. Like, my account is not going to struggle to beat the content of the Global Dokkan campaign because I don't have this Tien, right? He's not a must-have unit. He is a very cool unit, and he is very good, but yeah, you definitely don't need him, so don't go crazy with those stones before Global Dokkan campaign. But either way, let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.